Good morning, students. Hope you are fine. Let's start our next topic, that is elementary operation or transformation of a matrix. In this topic, we have to know few operations which are applied to get inverse of a matrix. Before we proceed inverse of the matrix, we have to do some exercises. Suppose let A is a matrix and B is another matrix. Just observe these two matrices. What is the difference between these two matrices? I think you can observe here in the first matrix, R1 and R2 rows are interchanged. R1 becomes R2 of the B matrix and R2 of the A matrix becomes a R1 of B matrix. Now what is to observe here? R1 and R2 are interchanged, then you will get a matrix B. Now you can see here I have written, you can observe B can be obtained from A by interchanging the first and the second rows, or you can write in mathematically like this: R1 interchanged into R2, R2 interchanged into R1. Both sides I have put here arrow sign. When you are getting any matrix after interchanging the rows of the previous one, then you have to write down operation R1 interchanged into R2, R2 interchanged into R1 like this. Now come to the next exercise. Exercise means we are just try to get the knowledge of operations which we will apply to get the inverse of the function. Suppose here A is a matrix having elements 1, minus 2, 0, 3, 4, minus 5, as it is same I have taken earlier. Now next name I have put here, D is a matrix. Now elements are 3, minus 6, 0, 3, 4, minus 5. Now observe these two matrices now. How can you get this matrix D by using matrix A? Check it. Yes, I think you have observed it. D can be obtained from A by multiplying each element of first row by 3. First row elements are multiplied by 3. 1 multiplied by 3 comes out 3, minus 2, minus 6, 0 multiplied by 3 is 0. It means this operation can be written as like this: R1 of D matrix. How can you obtain R1 of D? You can obtain R1 of D by multiplying R1 of A by 3. You will get the matrix D. This is the observation. You have to observe it and learn this operation, how these operations are applied. First operation R1, R2 interchanging, and second is row element of D. First row element of D, how you can obtain them? By multiplying 3 to the row element of A. Now next one, let matrix A again, previous one matrix, and I have taken here F matrix. Elements are changed in the second row, 7, minus 4, minus 5. Now observe how you can get these elements of row 2 of F matrix from matrix A. Check it. Check the observation of A and F. Check it. F can be obtained from A by adding to the elements of second row 4 times the corresponding elements of the first row. R2 elements can be obtained. R2 elements can be obtained by what? R2 elements of A plus 4 times of corresponding elements of R1. 3 plus 4 times of 1. You will get 7. 4 plus 4 times of 2 minus 8. 4 minus 8 is minus 4. Minus 5 plus 4 times of 0 is 0. So that's why it is minus 5. So F element, F matrix elements of row second can be obtained by the process R2 of F is equal to R2 of A plus 4 times of R1 of A. Or you can write in short, I have written here F A just because the understanding of the operation. You can write R2 as arrow sign represented. You are changing in R2. What changes you are doing? R2 plus 4 times of R1. This and this both rows will be same written here. If you change in R1, then you will put here only R1. R1 plus 2 times of R2, maybe any other row. Then if it is R1, this is R1. If it is R2, it is R2. Observe it very carefully. This is operation third. Or if you really understand it, then okay. If there is some problem to understand, then I have written in explanation form. A21, how you can obtain of this F matrix element. A21, 3 plus 4 times of 1. A22, second row, second element. A23, second row, third element can be obtained as I have given explanation below. Now, 3 operations are, which you have studied. We will now just go through again regarding these operations. First operation, which we have studied, R1 and R2 are interchanged. Now, we'll do it again. Here is again one example is there. A matrix is given of 3 by 3 order. R1 and R2 are interchanged. Change R1 into R2 and R2 into R1. Here I have written here. Interchanging of R1 and R2 done. You can here apply R1 and R3 are interchanged. It means 5, 6, 7 are written at the place of R1 and 1, 2, 1 are written at the place of R3. It means if I write here R3 and R2 are interchanged, then you can again do interchanging of R2 and R3. Okay. This is the first operation which is required to know before you go for the inverse of the function. Second operation which we have studied, R1 multiplied by any scalar, maybe R2 multiplied by any scalar, R3 multiplied by any scalar. Here I have just written only one example, R1 multiplied by 1 by 7. Here a matrix is given to you and I am multiplying R1 by 1 by 7. You are getting what? 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 1 by 7. New matrix is formed here by multiplying R1 by 1 by 7. Third operation, do change in R2. Do change in R2. You can write here R1. R1, if you write here R1, then here will be R1. Suppose here is R2. Then you can apply R1 changes R1 minus 2 times of R2. But here I have written R2 changes R2 minus 2 times of R1. But it means R2 minus 2 times of corresponding elements of R1. Look here, R2 element 2, 2 minus 2 times of 1. That comes out 0. Minus 1 minus of 2 times of 2. Minus of minus 4 comes out minus 5. This is the row which you will get after applying the operation R2 goes to R2 minus 2R1. These operations are used to find inverse of the matrix. You have to know all these 3 operations before we go for the inverse of the matrix. These 3 operations are very important. R1, R2, these can be changed, but this is a process to do the operations, to apply the operations. Here is the theorem. before go for inverse. Here's a theorem. Invertible matrices. Invertible means those matrices whose inverse can be found. Let A be a square matrix. It means before you go for the inverse, you must know that the matrix must be a square matrix. Let A be a square matrix of order n, then A is called invertible. It means invertible means inverse can be found. If and only if there exists a square matrix B of order n such that A multiplied by B or B multiplied by A, you are getting the identity matrix I, or you can say unit matrix I. In case if you get AB is equal to BA is equal to I, it means B is called the inverse of A. B is called the inverse of A. It means here in the theorem we can see here matrix should be square matrix, and matrix is invertible means you can find the inverse of that matrix. Next one, if A multiplied by B and B multiplied by A is equal to identity matrix, it means B is called the inverse of A. For example, here matrix A is 2 by 2 matrix, 3, 7, 2, 5 are the elements, and similarly B is the matrix 2 by 2 matrix, 5 minus 7 minus 2, 3 are the elements of matrix B. Multiply A by B, you are getting identity matrix, multiply them, you will get unit matrix. B multiplied by A, again you are getting unit matrix. It means identity matrix. AB and BA both are equal to identity matrix. What it implies, A is invertible and matrix B is an inverse of matrix A. And you can write it like this, A to the power minus 1 means A inverse. A inverse read as A inverse of A. A inverse is equal to B. The next theorem, if you are finding inverse, then you must know that the answer is unique. Inverse is unique. If a square matrix has an inverse, then it is a unique. Single answer will be there. You can't say my answer is this one and others answer is different one. You can't say like this. Answer will be same. Unique answer will be there for the matrix if it exists inverse. Now here are few important points which you must know before we go further. Remark first, a rectangular matrix A of order m by n, m is not equal to n, does not possess inverse matrix. I have already told you, inverse of the matrix can be defined only if matrix is a square matrix. If it is a rectangular, it is not possessing inverse of the matrix. Because for product AB and BA to be defined and to be equal, it is necessary that A and B should be square matrices of the same order. The second important point, if B is inverse of A, then obviously A is the inverse of B, because I have told you AB is equal to BA is equal to identity matrix. It means what? B is the inverse of A and A is the inverse of B. Third important point, A equivalent to B. Equivalent sign is here. I have here written equivalent sign is this sign. A and B have same order, but elements of A and B are different. Their orders are same, but their elements are different. Fourth important point, above said operations can be applied on column also. I have just told you above three operations on only rows. You can apply these operations on a column, but in one question, you have to apply, you have started row operation, then you have to do a whole question by row operation. You can't mix them. If you started with the column operation, then you have to do whole question by the column operation. You can't mix row and column. That's why I have written only row operations on the matrix. You have to just first practice for row operations, then you will go for the column operations. Only we will discuss by using row elementary operations. Now these are the three operations which you have to practice to do, and I have given the assignment along with this video lecture. Please do that those questions from your NCERT. Thank you very much.